Have you heard of the pedagogical approach of responsive teaching? Do you know what it entails? Are you confident in applying it in your classroom? How much of an impact does responsive teaching have on your students' outcomes? Responsive teaching is a game changer in education. Let's explore the types of responsive teaching together and how it can revolutionize the classroom. Responsive teaching helps to demonstrate that teachers see all students as cognitively capable and powerful learners. They understand that students have different igniters for their learning genius to break dormancy. This means that teachers with this enlightenment teach in ways that are relevant to students and provide students in their learning environment with multiple ways of learning. This in turn promotes opportunities for students to develop in a whole person. The reality is that teachers have the ability to make a difference in students' learning experience, and responsive teaching is one of the vehicles that could be used in making that desired impact on students' learning outcomes through engaging, enriching, and empowering. Relevant responsive teaching and learning can be applied in lessons in many different forms. The four main types are cultural, social, gender, and preference. All four are instrumental in enriching students' experiences, engaging students in learning, enhancing their outcomes, and empowering students to positively chart their learning course. Culturally responsive teaching is a diversity-based approach to teaching where teachers use culturally relevant information to make learning more contextual for students. These connections help students access rigorous curriculums and develop higher levels of academic skills. It brings empowerment to learners intellectually, socially, emotionally, and politically. Socially responsive teaching sees teachers using trends in social norms, idioms, technology, music, shows, novels, and other resources to socially appropriate students' learning experiences. In gender-responsive teaching, teachers use activities that are generally aimed towards the strength of the genders in the context, nature of the activity, and the demand on certain types of functioning. In preference response teaching and learning, teachers leverage students' talents, creativity, and intellectual capital to enrich their learning experiences. Responsive teaching and learning is beneficial to all learners in the learning environment. It is a good way to hook learners and engage them in the learning. It allows teachers to activate students' prior knowledge that was not necessarily acquired in a formal learning environment. When students are exposed to responsive teaching, they are better able to make their learning contextual, which deepens their understanding due to an increased relevance of what they are learning. Additionally, responsive teaching encourages students to leverage their social, personal, and cultural experiences as capital in a meaningful contribution to their accredited learning. When considering responsive teaching, it would help if teachers were more informed about students' cultural and social development. Incorporating culturally diverse materials and scenarios from a wider field of cultural norms will improve students' learning experiences. Equally, considering gender interests and personal preferences of students and utilizing it as part of the basis of teaching new knowledge will get students' cognitive processes more in tune with the learning intentions. Teachers need to constantly reconsider their classroom setup, redefine the learning culture and curriculum resources, build meaningful learning relationships with students, and be the craftsmen that build the bridge between students' present and their future through efficient and effective education. Responsive teaching and learning has many benefits for students. It is one of the keys to enriching the learning experience and the learning environment, whilst at the same time engaging, captivating, and retaining learners in ways that yield real tangible results in performances and outcomes. Students are exposed to responsive teaching in any classroom where teachers spend the time and make the effort and the commitment to give them this added exposure. Students need responsive teaching to be practiced in classrooms on a daily basis, lesson by lesson, to give them this added experience because it will boost their overall achievement and performance. Do you practice responsive teaching and learning? How important do you believe that responsive teaching and learning is for your students' overall outcomes and achievements?